all-new Dr. Phil. She found out her millionaire fiancé was already married, but instead of bailing,
she actually moved in with Lewis and his wife.
Was it happily ever after?
She snapped, so she shot him.
After I fired the warning shot, he came back for more. What's a girl to do?
It's time to hear my side.
And just when you thought they'd call it quits,
Lewis, you have cheated the whole time.
After I got shot.
If I can give you a piece of advice, don't piss her off.
guess what?
The wedding is still on. You can't make this up. Let's do it.
Have a good show, everybody. Here we go.
This is a safe place to talk about hard things.
Stand by. We'll count you down.
Today's going to be a changing day in your life.
5, 4.
I am not giving up on you. Thank you. 2 years ago, Maryann met Lewis on a dating site. She says 5 days after their first date, he professed his love to her, and they began planning a wedding. 5 days. Take a look.
When I met Lewis, he told me he was a millionaire, that he could treat me like a queen. He treated me actually like a dog. 5 months into the relationship, Lewis received a text, and it read, "When are you coming home?" Come to find out, it was his wife. I confronted him about the text. Lewis hit the roof. He got so irate, so mad. He punched me in the kidney, so I called the police. When I found out Lewis was married, he wanted me to meet his wife. He told me that he married this woman just to protect his money and that they were best friends. A week later, Lewis and I got back together. I moved in with Lewis and his wife. Lewis and I had separate bedrooms upstairs. His wife stayed downstairs.
Yeah, you heard that right. She actually moved in with Lewis and his wife. So, was it happily ever after? Far from it. Things went downhill from there. Maryann claims Lewis began a string of affairs with multiple women while he was living with his wife and his mistress. On one rainy night just over a year ago, Maryann says she snapped, so she shot him. She shot her lying, married, manipulative, narcissistic boyfriend. Those are her words. But guess what? The wedding is still on. It's set for August 18th. You can't make this up. Take a look.
After a few weeks, I would hear him talking to other women. He told me I was hearing things. This is when the verbal abuse started. Lewis would call me a whore, a slut, white trash. I was devastated. One night, Lewis stormed in my bedroom. He accused me of cheating. I went into Lewis's room and I brought his gun back to my room. When Lewis came back again, he had a very sharp, long metal letter opener. I thought he was going to attack me with it. I snapped. I shot him in the back of the leg. It was self-defense. I wasn't in my right mind. I just wanted it to end. Every time I break it off with Lewis, he won't stop harassing me. He calls me 100 times a day. He comes to my house. He contacts my friends, my family. I don't know what else to do. The last 2 years have been a living hell.
I do not want to party with you people.
Come on, we're fun.
You shot him.
I did. I shot him after numerous times of him attacking me verbally, physically. I have just found out I had cancer. 2 days prior to that.
Sorry about that, by the way.
Yeah, everything's good, thank you. But so I had to work the next morning. It's pouring rain outside, and the dude just when he came in, storming in my room. We had separate rooms. It's not like we all lived together. So he stormed in. Yeah, it wasn't. Like that.
You do have standards.
Yes, definitely.
Here's what I'm trying to get in my mind. Because you come to the point where you shoot somebody I assume you marked off some other options before that point, such as arguing, leaving, not being around him.
I did all those things. He harassed me. He called me millions of times, begged me back. He would come to my house, come to my work, go to my family, contact my friends. I did all of that, but I do love this guy. I don't know why, but I do love him, so I guess that's why I kept coming back to him.
You love him.
I do love him.
So is that why you shot him?
I shot him because he cheated on me. He pushed me to the point, he was trying to throw me out that night. He was like attacking me. We were scuffling over my phone. He pushed me up against the wall. He called me whore, slut. You need to be out there with the dogs. I treat a dog better than you. So he went down to smoke for the third time. I had my bedroom door locked. He came in, he picked it, and...
But while he was gone, and we'll get to these, there's different versions of this, but while he was gone out to smoke, you went in his room, got his gun, brought it back into your room, and waited for him to come.
After he went down to smoke.
You went and got his gun?
Yes.
And so you were in your room with his gun waiting for him to come back?
Well, I was actually thinking about shooting myself, honestly. I wasn't thinking about really, he had me to the point where...
Why shoot anybody?
Because I was mentally unstable at that time. The man had put me through so much hell. I mean, emotionally, mentally.
Well, let's talk about going through hell. Because listen, boy, did y'all tell a story. And so I went through and pulled out, there were 7 breakups and makeups that were significant. You probably woke up 100 times.
Yeah, definitely.
But there were 7 that just in 16 alone, in July, he said that you were cheating. In October, you said that he was cheating. In December, you said he was sexting.
I never cheated on him.
I'm just telling you what he said. Then that's why you broke up.
Yeah, I broke up because he was cheating on me.
Well, in July he said that you were cheating on him. In October, you said he was cheating on you.
He was cheating on me.
Then in December, you said that he was sexting, and then later you said he was cheating. Then in 2017, in January, you shoot him. Then in March, you catch him sexting again, which means y'all made... How long after you shot him before y'all got back together?
2 weeks.
Oh, Jesus.
He told me he loved me more than anything. He said, after the shooting, it's made me realize. But it's been a year and he's still cheating.
And you loved him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. And you were remorseful, because you did send him a text. You said, I ask God that you find it in your heart to forgive me for shooting you. I never meant to hurt you.
Well, I didn't. That wasn't my intent.
I lost my mind that night. I really want to put the past behind us. I will never leave your side or ever be untrue to you in any form. You are my world. Can't wait till I'm your wife. I will be Maryann K. blank, heart eye emoji. I love you so very much. Now, okay, you say I never meant to hurt you.
I never had any bad intentions at all going into this relationship.
How many times did you pull the trigger?
I gave him a warning shot. Twice.
You shot 3 times, right?
No, I shot twice.
Once past his head.
That way, and then he went running down the stairs, calling me names, and he came back up the stairs, and so I fired again. Not necessarily aiming it at him, but it got him in the back as he was turning. And then he went running down the stairs, screaming out the back door.
Well, you tend to do that when...
Well, I was screaming too.
People are shooting at you.
Before I shot him, I was screaming too.
Right.
So
did gunshots have to be reported, right?
Yes, it was reported. I went straight into the bedroom, dialed 911, and they came out.
And the police asked about this, right?
Yes.
And you said this was self-defense?
Yes. It was not in the back of the leg. It's in the side, and it came out this way. This is the back. That is not the back of the leg.
Well, didn't you say he was running down the stairs?
No, that was after I fired the warning shot. Then he came back up the stairs. And when
he was
I
running towards the gun.
Yes. After I fired the warning shot, he came back for more. What's a girl to do? So
you shot him. Coming up, Lewis says Maryann is just a gold digger, so why, if that's true, why does he want to marry her? He says this is a gold digger who shot him, and he wants to marry her. Who is he turning down? I have to talk to him after the break.
On January 23rd, 2016, my life totally changed. I opened the door. She was sitting right here with a weapon pointed at me. I saw the devil. So I heard the second shot. It went by my head and it hit the wall. That would have been a kill shot.
And later, you guys were going to go on a cruise, but then you canceled the cruise.
he told me he canceled the cruise. He was going to California for business.
But actually,
I went on a cruise.
and you took another woman.
Early in the relationship, Lewis started showing signs of being very controlling. Lewis had access to my phone and my email password. Lewis had access to everything. Lewis always monitored my communication, and he still does. I tried to leave Lewis, and there's many times he would pin me down, hold me, wouldn't let me go. His controlling ways make me feel very angry. I'm mad that he doesn't trust me. I have so much animosity. I don't know if I could ever get over it.
Well, Maryann says after breaking up and making up and breaking up again with her boyfriend Lewis, she wants to know, should she marry the man that she shot in the leg a year ago? She says her multi-millionaire boyfriend made her snap one night. Now, Lewis says he's left with a big scar and a limp, wondering if she'll shoot to kill next time. Take a look.
Early on in our relationship, I did get a taste of Maryann's temper. I never laid a hand on Maryann. We would fight, break up. 2 days later, we were back together. Maryann has a sexual aroma about her that just draws me back in. But on January 23rd, 2016, my life totally changed. Maryann was very jealous of the relationship I had with my wife. I told her, listen, you just need to get out of the house. She left my room, went into her room. I opened the door. She was sitting right here with a weapon pointed at me. I saw the devil. I was about to get killed. I heard the first shot. That's the one that hit me. So I heard the second shot. It went by my head and it hit the wall. And it would have been a headshot if I would have been a little bit more this way. That would have been a kill shot. The police never got to the hospital to talk to me. They questioned Maryann and they brought her self-defense story. I had 10 and a half hours worth of surgery. They had to remove a nerve from here and reattach some of the nerve damage that was done to me back here. I was bedridden for almost 2 months and I couldn't walk. Maryann's life is still the same, but mine has completely changed. Since my surgery, I'm on 7 to 8 different medications. Some of these medications can actually cause me more harm than good. Some of them can cause me liver damage later on in life. Some of them can cause me kidney failure or possibly even a heart attack. Even though we're together and I still love her, I can never forget that night because I'm always going to carry the scars and the surgery and the pain. These scars will be with me for the rest of my life.
Well, Lewis, join us if you would, please.
Well, you just only heard half the story now. Now it's time to hear my side.
Well, I am anxious to hear what you have to say, sir.
Hi. Nice
Good to meet you. We have a
Dr.
step
Phil.
for you right here, so watch
Sure.
your step. There you go.
Okay, I've been with this woman for almost 2.5 years. Yeah, we did. We had an on and off relationship and all this time. I did not start cheating on her until after I got shot. I did
You
have.
are telling a lie, Lois.
I am telling
you didn't
you
even
the
tell me you
truth.
were married for 6
I
months.
told you. You had an
you didn't
idea.
no.
Even
I
your
asked
family
you,
was telling you.
I asked you. You said
You never
no.
came to
no,
my house.
I'm not married.
In
I
the
swear I'm not
time-
married.
Never.
Lois, you
I
have
met
cheated
you
the whole time.
after I
Quit
got
lying.
shot.
Quit lying. You have
didn't-
cheated
you
the
had
whole
an
time.
idea
The
I was
whole
married
time. I
because
had an idea.
I never brought you to my house.
No, I did come to your house and you hid all the pictures.
Hold on. If I can give you a piece of advice, don't piss her off.
You're right. Well, I could.
mean-
Because right now,
Seriously. I mean, she did go through a metal detector before she came out here, so, I mean, I guess if you're going to, this would be the time. According to you, this is what he says is your questionable behavior. You shot him. You have beat him, punched him, scratched his face. He says that you are name-calling, that you curse him out, that you check his phone at 10, 15 women that you've called and text. You make fake profiles to track him, that you've threatened to blow up the house, that you've attempted to extort $5,000 from him, that you snoop into his finances, that you've had like 7 breakups, and that you've cheated on him once with an ex-con, that
I
you
have not cheated on
staged.
him. We were broken up.
Okay, that
After
you
he cheated on me.
staged a cocaine picture that you sent to his family.
I staged the
and
cocaine. Where did the cocaine come from, Louis?
Lied about a coma.
Where did it come from?
it came from you.
It didn't come from me. Remember the time you blindfolded me? You said I want you to experience something that
What's
will
on that plate?
enhance
What's
our
on
sex
this plate? Okay,
life.
hold on. What's on that plate in this picture?
That plate, that's probably sugar.
It's cocaine.
It's sugar.
It is cocaine.
Stage.
It
You
is
can see the
cocaine.
picture
Okay, hold
is
on.
totally staged. My phone.
I
who would
did
put my
take a picture
cross?
because he took
My
a picture
cross
of me
belongs
and
to
sent it
Okay,
to
my
my
hold on.
son to
There's
make
no
the
point in
picture.
talking at the same time. Why don't we just put on 2 radios on different stations and play them?
Right? That cross belonged to my father.
Right?
And you think I would put that cross next to a plate that supposedly has cocaine on it?
Right.
You can see the way the picture is totally staged. I do not use drugs. First of all, I'm under so many medications that if I was to take any kind of illegal drugs, like cocaine, I'd be dead of a freaking heart attack.
Do you cheat on her?
Well, what she calls cheating is because I had a conversation with certain people. You know, certain women that were in my past, even before her. But I never literally had sex with any of these women. Yeah, I did talk to other women. She calls that cheating. She thinks that because somebody texts me and say, after my surgery, hey, how did your surgery go? Oh, you're cheating with this woman. You're having sex with this woman. And all she asked was, how am I doing after my surgery? Now, this woman here perceives me as a cheater. I never cheated on her until after my surgery. The moment I got shot,
Wait a minute,
she
who are you
claimed...
talking to?
Oh, I'm
Talk
talking...
to me. This is not an election. We're not going to have a vote here. But I want to look at what you say about her after all of this. You say she has a very sweet and innocent look, the face of an angel, but there's a devil inside. After I hooked up with Maryann, I should have dropped her, but I was addicted to her sex. She can be a really fun person and caring, but at her core, she is nothing but a gold digger. I want to marry her.
Exactly.
I need a break. Coming up, Maryann says she would love for me to talk to one of Lewis's other women. Well, I'm going to do that before we're finished here. We'll be right back.
Louis is in the process of buying a house, and he wants me to move in with him. I'm supposedly on the deed, but he took me off of the deed because I find out he's cheating and I break up with him. Louis has taken my name on and off the deed so many times that the escrow officer made his doctor fax over a statement saying that Louis was in his sane mind.
And later,
Yes, I have spoken to other women prior to the shooting.
But you had a woman come out to your
After
house
the
a week
shooting.
after you were shot and
After
had
the
sex
shooting.
with her. A week after he was shot.
Lewis has cheated on me more than 50 times in 2 years. This past Christmas, Lewis was on dating sites talking to 3 other women. After Christmas, I saw on his phone he wished all of the women he was cheating with Merry Christmas. Lewis has contacted my friends and sister-in-law on Facebook and tried to go out with them. Lewis and I plan to go on a cruise. Lewis told me that the cruise was canceled. Lewis actually took another woman on that cruise. I contacted Lewis. I told him I was done. He said he was sorry and he wanted to marry me the next week.
All right, Maryann and Lewis have a wedding date set for August 18th of this year. Now, today, they want me to decide if they should...
I don't want you to decide. I just want...
They want my advice about where they should head down the aisle. Now, Lewis says he wonders if their relationship will ever work since Maryann shot him. She says that you have cheated on her more than 50 times in 2 years, that she's tried to break up with you 100 times in 2 years. Y'all have split up 7 times in 2 years, and there was, she did shoot you. And you say she's a gold digger, and you say she's attacked you, hit you in the face, scratched you in the face. Why do you want to marry her?
I really love her.
And what is it about her you love?
I love her personality. I love how she can be sweet, how she looks like an angel.
Everybody has pros and cons, right?
That's true.
You know, I've been married 41 years, and, you know, I'm sure Robin has pros and cons for me.
But she never shot you.
But she's never shot me. In fact, she's never shot at me.
It's a big risk that I'm taking, because she claims she gave me a warning shot, okay? And that I was attacking her, okay? Her story is she felt threatened. She felt like I was going to hurt her. I went outside to smoke a cigarette. Now I have a back door and I have a front door. It takes me about 10 minutes to smoke a cigarette. So if you felt like your life was in danger and you knew that my way, she seen me go out and smoke, you had those 10 minutes to decide in your mind, hey, I can call 911, I can grab my car keys, slip down down my stairs, go out the front door, dial 911 and wait for them in my car. But the question is, I always keep asking myself, she thought I opened that door and I was charging her.
Exactly.
Okay? Now, if I'm charging you from here to there, if I'm coming at you with a letter opener, where would you shoot me?
The police report said that Lewis upset Maryann interacting with men on social media. Lewis returns 2 times telling her to leave, threatening bodily harm. Maryann felt she had to defend herself. There's no warrant against Maryann for attempted murder. Case closed.
Case closed.
Okay? The reason why the case was closed is because I decided I didn't want to press charges.
Mm-hmm.
Has he been abusive with you?
Yes, he has been very abusive.
Has he been mentally, emotionally, physically abusive with you?
Very, mentally, physically, emotionally, verbally. He has called me.
Has he hit you, beat you?
He has, yes, he's punched me in the side, and he went to jail for the weekend, which he had expunged from his record so nobody can find out. But he did go to jail for the weekend. That's when I found out he was married, 6 months into the relationship. He punched me in the side. Why do I keep going back?
Do you think it's prudent for you to continue to expose yourself to that?
No, I don't. The man won't leave me alone.
So when we come back, Lewis went on a cruise this past January with another woman. Well, we talked to the other woman, the one who used Maryann's cruise ticket.
Yeah,
And
he told me
wait until you hear what she has to say about all of this. And he didn't tell you he was going on a cruise, right?
No, he told me he canceled the cruise. He was going to California for business.
Well, we'll find out how that California business trip went. Closed captioning provided by
Lewis blindfolded me and asked me if I wanted to experience something new. He tried to introduce me to cocaine. Lewis said the cocaine would enhance our sex. I refused. After that incident, I realized Lewis had been on cocaine.
Maryann took pictures of me sleeping and sent them to my sister. She staged a picture of a plate with my cross and everything around it, like I was using cocaine. Her motive was to make my family look at me in a different way. My sisters looked at that picture and they said, "What the is this?"
Maryann claims that Lewis has a cocaine problem, but Lewis says Maryann loves to make up stories, and this is one of them. He says Maryann will go to extremes to make Lewis look like the bad guy. Do you do cocaine?
No, I don't.
The picture looks staged. That doesn't mean you don't do cocaine.
He does cocaine.
But I don't do cocaine
does.
because
He does.
if
Why does she say you do if you don't?
I've seen him do it.
Because
He's
that's-
even asked me to
Have
do
you
it
ever
for
done
him.
cocaine?
never.
Oh
Never.
my God!
As far as any illegal drugs like cocaine, heroin, or anything like that, never in my wildest dream did I ever even think about having any of those things in my life.
Okay, I'm going to circle back to that. You guys were going to go on a cruise, but then you canceled the cruise.
Correct.
Okay, but then you said, I'm going to go to California on a business trip.
Right.
But actually, you didn't go
went
on a
on a
business trip.
cruise.
You actually went on a cruise.
I went on a cruise because after she sent that picture on New Year's Eve, that pissed me the freak off.
What, okay, so you lied about going on the cruise, and you took another woman.
I took another woman.
Okay, so Lewis says he has many friends who are women, and Maryann thinks of it as cheating. Now, one of his friends, Joni, is actually on the phone now. Joni, you went on this cruise with Lewis, right?
Yes.
Were you aware that he had planned this cruise with another woman?
No.
He didn't tell you that?
I had an idea, but I wasn't sure.
Okay. It's interesting, y'all look a lot alike.
No, we don't. Don't insult me like that.
Well, no, you do. I'm not insulting either one of you. You just certainly have some similarities in your appearance. Do you think so?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh yeah, you think?
So, Joni, were you romantically involved with Lewis?
No. No, I was not.
Okay, so
Have not been.
You never have been.
No, sir.
Okay, so when you guys went on this cruise together, this was just as friends, platonically?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Totally.
Were you aware that he had been shot by Maryann?
Yes.
And that he still is with her and wants to be with her? Have you talked to him about that?
He tells me the opposite. He doesn't want her, that he's got a 50B, she's not supposed to be around him, that she could be thrown in jail.
Why do you suppose he's telling you all of that?
Because I think he's scared.
How many cruises have you been on with Lewis?
One.
You didn't tell the producer you'd been on another cruise with him?
I don't think so.
When was the other cruise?
You give me a second to talk.
Closed captioning provided by... How many cruises have you been on with Lewis?
One.
You didn't tell the producer you'd been on another cruise with him?
I don't think so.
Well, I'll answer that for her, okay? Yeah, we've been on 2 cruises together.
Joni, would that be accurate?
Yes, sir.
Did you tell Joni not to talk about that?
Yeah, I did tell her not to
So when
mention the
was the other
second cruise for the simple reason
When was the
is,
other cruise?
I'm going to tell you, they give me a second to talk. One was in January, the other one was sometimes last year, which I don't recall. Yes, I have spoken to other women prior to the shooting, but I never met them. I only met one woman one time, and that was for 15 minutes, and that was it. Now, after the shooting,
Lewis, you had a woman come out to your house
After
a
the
week
shooting.
after you were shot and had
the
sex with her. A week after he was shot.
Yes, I did meet a woman who came to my house. She was a nurse. We talked. She showed her my wound. She wounded me. We
so-
try to have sex, but at that time, I was under so much medication that
Sounds like
I
you
was
have a problem.
impotent for that time.
While we're talking about other girlfriends, we have a statement from a former girlfriend that says she didn't want her name revealed, but sent us her thoughts. She said, and I quote, "Words to describe Maryann, well, delusional, demented, crazy, lazy, childish, vindictive, entitled, pathetic, psychopath. She sent me 65 text messages, called me several times, created fake profiles to get to me. She stated she didn't really like Lewis. She was only with him because she only had to see him once a week, and she thought he had money. If she can shoot the man she loves, what's she going to do to the person that is taking her meal ticket away?" Did you say those things to someone?
No, I didn't.
The thing is about all this, okay?
Yeah, let's
You're a
just give me
freaking
the
liar.
give me the
same
summary.
thing,
Manipulator.
the thing that's all about
Womanizer.
this is, yes, I have talked
And
to
you
other
have
women.
cheated.
Okay? What she calls cheating is talking, okay?
Taking another woman
Just
on a cruise
because-
twice, that isn't cheating.
Twice, nothing happened. It was all
Bull-
freaking,
okay,
like
well
taking
then-
a friend.
okay,
It's
so-
like me
Come
taking
on,
a
come
male
on.
friend. It's like me taking my best
Okay,
friend.
Lois.
I took a friend on a cruise.
He has literally wasted 2 years of my time.
We're going to take a break. I'll
wasn't
be right
even-
back.
I was sexually abused as a child, and I think that's affected my choices in men. Maybe I keep going back to Lewis because of the abuse I suffered.
I no longer think I can help her with that part of her past. She needs to get those demons out of her. Her past has affected our relationship due to the fact that she is very insecure. She can get into a jealous rage where the devil comes out of her. At one point I wanted to have that relationship, but after being shot, now I'm scared.
Abandoned me.
Lewis says he looks at Maryann like a wounded animal because she was sexually abused as a
I'm
child.
not limping.
It's time. It's my turn. Okay. It's time for me to talk. Y'all came here because you really want to know where to go from here, right?
Except for one question.
What's that?
Did I deserve to be shot?
No.
Did I deserve for this woman that claimed to love me
No.
to claim that she shot me in self-defense?
No.
And that I was running down the stairs and I stopped and said, you know what? I got Superman on my chest. I'm going to go back up those freaking stairs and confront the woman that has my weapon.
Lewis, why did you move me in with your
Okay.
wife? You and your wife.
No, it's my turn.
It's your turn
Okay.
now.
It's my turn. You ask a question, did you deserve to be shot? No. And you don't deserve to be hit, demeaned, degraded, called names. In any way do you deserve to be abused. I recognize and fully acknowledge that each of you deny everything. That each of you acknowledge very little, take any ownership in any of the toxic aspects of this relationship. I get that, okay? So I acknowledge you don't acknowledge that you have abused her in any way.
One thing. I can't say I never argue with her.
Okay, gotcha.
I have.
Gotcha. Okay, now back to my turn.
Okay, back to your turn.
The two of you have defined a relationship here where you thrive on drama. You have a love language here. You have a love language. Everybody does. Every couple has a love language. And sometimes it's unspoken, sometimes it's overt, but you have a way of communicating within this relationship. And for you, it's volatile, it's chaotic, it's accusatory, it's break up and make up. You test each other to see whether or not you can drive each other away. And whenever you push each other and then you come back, it revalidates you again that you couldn't drive him away, you couldn't drive her away. But it's every day with you guys, correct? This goes on every day, and you have become addicted to it. You have become addicted to the dysfunction, the toxicity of this relationship, to the point that you have lost your way of what is healthy what is normal and what each of you deserve. Coming up, Maryann says Lewis told her he is finally divorced from his wife. Well, is he? And what should these two do going forward? We're going to talk about that next. Closed captioning provided by... are you divorced or are you still married?
I'm in the process of being
Okay, he's still married.
Sir, you're not even divorced.
He's still married. And so the question is, what do you do here? And I'm here to tell you that you guys
I know what to do now.
You guys have defined a relationship that is highly toxic and extremely dangerous for both of you. And I don't think it is safe for you guys to be together right now. I think both of you need professional help, and I think until you can come to a relationship and contribute rather than contaminate it, you shouldn't do that, and you certainly shouldn't do it together. You know I'm telling you the truth. I'm more than happy to set both of you up with a professional therapist. I'll do it where you can do it right from your own home with Doctor On Demand. Doctor On Demand is a great online experience you can have. It's a company my son and I started some years ago where you can, and all you at home can do the same thing. You can download this onto your smartphone or your computer, and you can, from the privacy of your own home, you can be face-to-face with a board-certified and licensed therapist. And those of you at home, most employers pay for this. It's covered by major insurance companies. Most employers pay for it. Walmart, for example, number one retailer in the country, they use this. All the insurance companies do, so it's a great service. I'm going to make that available to you guys as our gift to you. And I'm going to hand-pick your therapist so you can do it from home and really talk to and listen to these people and get some help with this. Fair enough?
Yes.
If you at home want to have your own Doctor On Demand, go to Google Play Store or iTunes App Store and download the Doctor On Demand app. We will thank you to both of you. I'm glad you came because I hope you will take my advice and remain safe. For more information on today's show, log on to drphil.com. We'll see you next time. Please take my advice.
I'm not talking, I'm done, I want to go home. I got the truth that he was still married. I really thought he was divorced. He told me he was divorced. I guess he stays with his wife or whatever the hell he wants to do. I got what I wanted. I'm ready to go.
The person you saw on stage, it's only a piece of what she really is. She's crying and all this. Let's take a little break. Let's take this 30-day separation. Let's see if we can start fresh from the beginning, when we first met. By this time, I'll be totally divorced. I will be totally free, and I will be totally to you. Love has a bond of its own. There's something you cannot explain. You can be with a person, with somebody that shot you, that stabbed you, that tried to kill you, and yet, after that, it's happened in life where you read it, they get back together and they have a beautiful life after that, because it's an awakening call. After this 30-day separation, is it going to awaken? Is it going to make it stronger? Or is it going to say, you know what? I'm crazy being with a woman that shot me.